What's good? Little under the weather today, but we're doing great. We're doing well, and we're going to review Serato HEX FX. I saw this plugin because I needed Serato because I was sick of not having stem separation in Ableton. I needed that for sampling reasons. Then I saw Serato HEX FX, checked it out, checked a couple of their demo videos. Then I saw Disclosure. Disclosure had some stuff on there. And if you are any sort of a fan of house of any genre, chances are you're a fan of some Disclosure tracks. So I thought I'd check it out and see what it was about. So I got a couple different tracks that I made that I used a lot of Serato HEX FX to see what it could do, see what I could do with it, see if it was worth getting, see all the different options they said they had, see if the quality of the sound was as good as it seemed like it was. So let's start going through the tracks. This first one is more like an alt hip hop type beat. Let's get into it. Got this sound off a Pack Samudai. Probably butchering that, but it's a dope little loop. Let's listen to the loop by itself. Hey, there it is. Cool little loop. So I built off of that. I had a lot of this beat made before I started sticking it on HEX FX. Where I really started using it was this MIDI right here. So let's take off HEX FX, see what she sounds like. Cool. Dope. Nice sound that I got from a Juno 6. Then put on a little HEX effect. Disclosure. Who'd have thought, dude? The That's Us synth vibe. I went through this thing and adjusted a bunch of the parameters on here. That's one of the coolest parts about the HEX is that, yeah, it gives you, I can click a button, get a cool sound, but then on top of that, I can go in through here and change anything I like. So I messed around with a bunch of these, get it to a level that I liked, change where this preset knob, so this guy brings up everything, right? Brings everything down, brings everything up as one, so I can mess around with, does it actually change, the tape saturation that much? Does it change the auto pan that much? Let's listen to that sound with the HEX FX. So without. With. Add a little bit more shimmer, a little bit more shine, some more width, some more depth, all that stuff, and got it there super quick, right? I also used it on this open hat. Without HEX effect. Cool. Let's see what I did on there. Halftime flanger, just a touch. Just a little bit. Just used a little bit. Now, makes it sound super smooth. I wanted that shimmer in the high end to just kind of stay there and ring out, boost that part of it. Now let's go over to the main bit, the main melody of this tune. Okay, so this audio down here, what I did is I took the main sample and then I put on Hex FX. I turned it freaking all the way up, 100% on the preset. I did it with this preset right here, the same disclosure one. And then what I did is I turned it all the way up on this main sample and then EQ'd out just the high end, recorded it, and then put it throughout. So that's what that is, right? So even you can hear it soloed out. Just the high end, just got a bunch of shimmer and shine to that thing. So after I did that, added a bunch of that high end effects, just a little saturation, just a little compressor. So that's another thing that I really like about this is, one, that compressor, both the Hex and the clean compressor sound fantastic. Clean is the word for them. I think both of them sound pretty dang clean. And having that option to only do one or two of the things, right, makes this plugin pretty sweet. So a lot of times you can go in and change some parameters on some things, but the versatility of just doing, okay, cool, I'll just chuck this compressor on there and it's a really good compressor, is awesome. So every bit of the plugin is super high quality. You know, it's just another option, another tool in the toolbox to use on that, which is really nice. Sick. It's dope. I like it. That's all the instances of Serato HEX FX. Go through, turn it off, and we'll have a listen with and without. All right, so here's the main bit. Without it. All right, cool. Turn it all back on. There you go. It just gives it a little extra shine, a little extra shimmer, makes it sound more polished, makes it sound more put together. And that's just with a couple instances, some heavy usage and some really light usage. Now, cool track. Let's go to the house tune. Made a house tune. How could I be inspired by the Disclosure partnership and not make a little housey tune? So I put this one together last night and today. Used the Serato sampler to make this tune, but got Serato HEX FX on the main sample. So what I did with this one, I got hex harmonics, loaded up one of the presets, hot preset, and I've just automated the knob, just doing that. All right, and even that little bit, see a crazy sound. mean, come on. Come on. And then that's what I did here. I just moved that preset knob around in automated, where I want that thing to move around throughout the rest of the track. That's, I mean, I went in through, I did a little bit. The parameters, but mostly just this, because it sounds sick. Just did that with the knob, man. That's it. Kept it really simple, but it adds a ton. So let's listen to just that transition without the rest of the tune. I mean, that's huge. It's huge. What's cool about this is that literally just doing that, slapped it on, and then did automations on the preset knob. Didn't even go in, hit the parameters, and it worked out perfect for this sound, for this track. Is a pretty sweet deal in my mind. So let's listen to it without Hex FX and then compare. So I think it's a pretty massive difference. You will still hear it on this transition right here, as I recorded the audio of it so I could do a little pitch dive that you'll hear. But the rest of it will be without Hex FX on. Sounds cool. Sounds sweet. Could call it a tune there. I could go through and try to recreate, right, all this stuff individually, but I mean, look at all the stuff on here. Like, that's gonna take a ton of time, and I could and have put a bunch of stuff on, made my own group of effects and slap it on there. Always possible, we'll still do it, but to have this option to be like, okay, let's see how this sounds. Yeah, cool. Flip through them, right? There's, as you can see in all the other ones too, there's tons of presets. There's tons of them. That's just vocals, but you can go to all and get crazy. You can see that in all the other videos they have for Hex FX. But you get the idea, right? To just click this on and be like, yeah, that's sick. And now, okay, well, I'd like this. I'd like to tweak this. Makes it really easy to just test out ideas and see what kind of effects would sound good. And then, maybe you've got other options, or you want to use a different plugin for that same idea. Cool, but you still got there a lot quicker than loading in 6 separate plugins, trying to dial them in, and then being like, doesn't sound great. Not the best. I want to try to switch it up. This makes that process, that trial and error process, fast. Which is always useful when you're trying to get down an idea, right? Never going to complain about that. So now let's listen to this track with everything on there.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. god. You're ridiculous.
Yeah. Sick. And as you saw there, because I forgot to talk about it, this is just the original sample that I took this and chopped it up from. And literally, same idea. I slapped that on there, automated the preset knob, and it's a sick sounding little transition. I didn't even touch that. So just another way, right, where it's just super easy and convenient and sounds good. Easy. So if final recommendations, if you're thinking about picking up Serato HEX FX, you should. Absolutely. I think it's definitely worth it. If you got all those things, you got all your, preset chains already, then, maybe do you need it? Maybe not. But if you don't have a bunch of that stuff set up, or you just want more options because you can have them, I think this is a sweet way to do it. Makes it convenient while still being able to go in and do surgical type stuff on individual tracks. Use, one instance of it, use a couple instances, use it, with 8 different things on there for one thing, or just use the compressor while you're mixing or something like that, right? Super sick, super sweet, sounds dope. I like it. I'm a fan. Thank you for tuning in. If you're looking for beats, production, or mixing, Billy BPMs has got you. If you want to work together, look down below. Let's link. Let's get crazy. Let's make some bangers. I think that's the video, dudes. Deuces. Peace. Love. Tunes.